are having a beautiful Thursday morning. Today, we are going to continue talking about improving our finances. We're going to finish off the topic from yesterday, which was saving, and then we're going to move to reasonable and rational. But let's put out the poll. Today is going to be a stress-free day. I have said to myself that today is going to be a stress-free day from the kind of workout that I did this morning to the live to work, everything, because your girl needs to relax. She's always on the go. But I also wanted to say for everyone who's beginning to watch me now, please play my playlists. Please play my playlist. We have a goal to reach before the end of September, and I would highly appreciate you just, going through the playlists. It's a lot of fun, especially if you go to my catch up playlist. You're gonna enjoy it. It shows you a lot about where I've been, where I'm going. So yeah, please catch up on that. I'm just waiting for my tea to cool down. This week we are drinking not ginger, green tea with lemon. And once we finish this pack, I have a whole lot. I have chamomile, I have ginger lemon, I have I think just a ginger tea. So I'm looking forward to trying those ones out. Okay, so I'm going to start with moving forward with the savings topic. We just have three more points on that, and then we're moving on to reasonable versus rational. Which one is better? So, the last thing we spoke about yesterday, just as a refresher, was that the ability for you to save money is actually more in your control than you think, because as I was saying yesterday, it's not natural for a lot of people to save money, because normally we work because we want to buy something, we work because we want to have a certain lifestyle. So after we get that paycheck, we already have like a lot of things that we are planning to do with the money. So this aspect of saving, unless it's something you were taught, unless it's something that you grew up seeing, is not something that comes natural to us. And then there comes the pressure of family, the pressure of media, the pressure of social media. And something that caught my attention as well is we are now in a generation or a time where we have over consumerism, meaning that every day, every time, we always feel like there's something that we need to buy. And that is because, number one, there is so much increased convenience in buying things now with credit, with online shopping, with fast delivery, free delivery. And that is the first aspect. But the other aspect is that we are literally being advertised to at probably 10 or 15 times a higher rate than the previous generations. And I will tell you why I say that. When our grandparents went to work, probably our parents as well, they had phones, but they were not smartphones. It was a landline. And they would read the newspaper, which they would probably do first 30 minutes of the day or last 30 minutes of the day. And if they were to watch TV, they were going to watch it for maybe an hour to 2 hours maximum before they go to bed. So in that scenario of the 18 hours that they're awake. Hi, Rose. Thank you for coming back. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Hi, the guy 87. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I remember you from yesterday. Thank you so much for joining. We are continuing the talk that we were having yesterday. So I'm doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. I am intentionally having a day of rest, a day of being calm, a day of relaxing. I'm being productive, but I'm doing it in a relaxed way. So I'm doing very well. Thank you. So, yes, in that scenario, I was just explaining how now in our generation, we are pushed to be consumers all the time. And I was giving the example that in our parents' generation, our grandparents' generation, they probably had a maximum of 3 hours of people advertising to them or people showing them things that they want to buy because maybe they'll read the newspaper for 30 minutes, then after that they are going to watch TV, but as they're watching a film, of course there were adverts that they would put in between films or in between the news and the like, right? So a maximum of 3 hours is how they would be advertised to, maximum. But when we look at our lifestyle and how we are, because we have our phones all the time, TV, even if you're not watching traditional television, if you're watching YouTube, you're going to be watching ads left, right, and center. And so the consumerism that we have now is also because we are constantly being advertised to every day. Good morning, Medical Suya. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I am doing well. Great morning, Precious. How are you doing? I hope you have relaxed, rested, have your cup of tea, had your soft porridge, and ready for the discussion. Hi, Dineo. Good morning. How are you doing? Okay, Dineo. See you in 15. So, yeah, besides the convenience and the fact that we're being advertised to literally 18 hours of the day. So, if you're going to be on your phone, then you're going to find something that you are going to think you need to buy. And I think the worst part about it is also the quality of the goods that we are buying is now, yeah, it's less quality than before. And so it's more affordable. So, whereas with our parents, if they wanted to buy clothes, for example, they knew that, oh, after a quarter of working, I am going to go to this department store and buy a new suit. They never bought like 10 things at the same time. I need to buy a new suit, maybe new shoes, and a new blouse for work. With us, and that would cost them maybe 150 to $200. But with us, even with $5, you can buy something. So not only is it convenient because you can buy it online, it is also convenient because it comes to your doorstep, but it's also affordable. So that money that you would have saved during the month. Maybe you made $250 this month and all your bills were 150, and then you had some necessities that you had to do. You have $5 to $10 left. And then you have an advertisement from Temu or from Shein, and you're like, oh, that would look nice in my house. So there is over consumerism because of all those different aspects. So, in that particular space and in that particular time, we have to work on the psychology of money. We have to make conscious decisions of whether we want to enjoy whatever it is now, or if we want to hold off and enjoy more, better quality, more efficient things in the future. So the last thing that we said yesterday, I control 50% of my brain. That's a huge percentage, PA. That's actually a very huge percentage. A lot of people are not able to do that. Arizona Classics, you do. What do I do? What do I do? Over consumerism. Yes, yes, precious, because it's now so easy. It's now so easy. It's so convenient. And then you ask yourself, after a long time, you ask yourself, wait, I haven't worn this shirt in 3 years. I didn't really need it. I haven't, or I wore it for one summer and now I have to throw it away. Um, Okay, Arizona Classics. You are in timeout for 24 hours. And when you come back next time, please be more respectful. And so, yeah, we buy things that we don't need and we buy things that we think we want because we see other people having them or we see them as convenient at the time, but they're not really worth it. So we have to control what we think and how we think about our finances. Hi, Robert. How are you? Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me from Jamaica. Thank you, PA. Hi, Muhadi. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. So yes, the last thing we spoke about yesterday, and I'm going to reread that last part because I felt like it was a powerful thing. Savings can be created by spending less. You can spend less if you desire less. And you will desire less if you care less about what others think of you. So it is more about what you think you need, what you think other people think you need, and how you want to look amongst other people. Precious said, yes, that time you were so sure that you were going to wear it when you were buying it. Yes, and then now it is just stuck in your wardrobe. It's just stuck there. You haven't worn it in a long time. In fact, it's crowding the space and you don't know what to do with it. So, yeah, it's an exercise that I think most people have to do. If you do it 6 months, every 6 months or every year, you go through, yeah, maybe when you're changing seasons, right? Every 6 months, you go through your wardrobe and you see the things that you have worn, the things you haven't worn. You'd actually see that probably 25% of the things in your wardrobe is what you wear. So the 75% can go for donation if they're still in good condition. But that should also remind you that you don't need more things. Hi, Lungi. Good morning. Hi, winning team from Mahadi. Profound. Yeah, Lungi. Some of the things we think we need, we don't. We just think that people believe that we should have them. Or if I have this, people are going to look at me in a different light. Mahadi, don't have FOMO. Don't have FOMO. But yeah, I really think that it's a good way of thinking about finances. So the next point is you don't need a specific reason to save. I am speaking to me, I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to everyone that is so good at saving when we want something. How many of us? Raise a hand. How well are you at saving when you want to buy something? But then when you want to save just so you have savings, it's so hard. It's such a hard thing to do. You want to buy a car, you want to make a down payment for a house, you want to start your business, you want to buy a new phone, there's that bag that you saw last month, those shoes that you just have to have. So easy for you to save for that. But having an emergency fund, having savings so that you can invest in something, oh, that is hard. It is hard, hard, hard to save for that. Hi, 2024. Thank you so much for joining the live. Hey, Dress, I'm late in the comments. I was finishing up watching Poloko's vlog. I've been in the background with the work PC. Oh, thank you, Alice. Thank you so much. I loved that vlog. Guys, if you've watched Poloko's vlog, or if you haven't, just enjoy the music. That's a hint from the music is amazing. Hi, Aiden. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for bringing the sunshine. Thank you so much. So, yes, I think that it is possible. In fact, it is something that everyone should practice, saving for no reason, saving for no goal, but just to have that preparation so that when opportunity comes, you have something in the vault. Preparation so that when an emergency comes, you have something in the vault. So yeah, we should not ever forget that saving is possible, and start small. Like Lungi said, how I don't remember the amount that Lungi said the other time, but yeah, you can save even if it's 20 rand. Start with 10, 20 rand every month. I have 20 rand. Yes, it's saving just for vibes, exactly, just for vibes, just to know that, look, I have savings. Yes, it was 200 rand. Thank you, Lungi. Just 200 rand. Yeah. You can miss maybe, how much is coffee in South Africa? How much is 50 rand? Okay. 20 rand is €1, I think. So yeah, you can save, maybe just say, in for 5 days I'm not going to be drinking coffee outside. I'm going to make my coffee in the house. No, I didn't say don't have coffee at all. I said in the 30 days in the month, 5 days, just say have coffee in the house, and then the 25 days you can have the coffee outside. Okay. Lungi, I justified what I said. I never said stop drinking coffee. I never said stop drinking coffee. I just said take out 5 days. Okay, let me leave coffee out of the equation, right? But I did not, did I bash coffee though? Did I bash coffee? Guys, come to my defense. Did I bash coffee? No. I just said small sacrifices. Small. She said yes. Lugi, we don't have any coffee slander here, especially on this channel. I'm not one to talk about coffee slander. You know me. Any excuse to go to a coffee shop, I'm there. So there's absolutely no coffee slander here, guys. Yes, Alice is from Jamaica, Aiden. Where are you from? Is Aiden the one who greeted me from Jamaica? No, 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 no. Where are you from, Aiden? Thank you for the hugs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me look for thank you, Precious, for coming to my defense. Let me look for another example. So, maybe you make an order, a Fashion Nova order, Shein order every month. So, and your order is usually 1,000 rands. So you can still make your order and then decide that, oh, I'm going to start reducing my order from 1,000 rands to 800 rands. That 200 rands is just going to go into my savings. Is that a better example, Lungi? Quentin, we have another Quentin in this community, and he is, wow, he is full of so much wisdom, so much wisdom. So please, when you come back after 24 hours, be more respectful. Thank you. Alice is not, but she won't, because I didn't say stop ordering from Shein. I just said reduce the amount that you use so that you have something in the bank. What is something that I like? So coffee and ordering, I'm already guilty of those two. That's Lungi. Thank you so much, Lungi. Thank you. Guys, next time Lungi tells you not to bash coffee, listen to her because are you seeing the vibes? Are you seeing that? She said good girls get reward. We do. We do. Thank you so much, Lugi. Thank you so much. Precious, you love asking if I love coffee. I'm a coffee girl. I am a coffee girl through and through. I've just reduced the amount of coffee that I drink, but yeah, I'm a coffee girl. I remember there was a time that I had like really bad migraines, I think from 2020 to 2021. And I went to the doctor and she did like a lot of tests, a lot of MRI tests, blah, blah, blah. And then she asked me if I drink coffee. I thought she was gonna tell me not to drink coffee. And I looked at her and then she said, no, 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 no. Coffee is fine. Coffee is actually really good. I said, okay, thank you. Because I love coffee. So the caffeine in coffee, well, the caffeine in tea as well, is actually good to regulate migraines or headaches if you have them at any point in your life. Just a pointer there. So yeah, I love coffee. And yeah, I just regulate it. But if you see me going out to the coffee shop, it's coffee, sometimes hibiscus tea. But if I spend the whole day there, I'll have like two cups of coffee and some tea to regulate the caffeine. But yes, Precious, I love coffee. I'm a coffee girly. Coffee girlies through and through. Music to Lugi's ears. It sure is. Guys, there's nothing wrong with coffee as long as you have it in moderation. Nothing wrong with it at all. Okay, so the other point about saving before we move on to today's topic. Hey, I've changed, you know, Precious. Yeah. Self-love says you have to reduce some things, actually, but you also need to indulge. So with me, I feel like I'll give you an example of something that I love, donuts. If I have them every week, I am not going to enjoy them. And there was a time that I was having them every week. Just like Precious, I told you, there was a time that I was eating a mini magnum every day. At some point, I just didn't want to have it anymore. And I think I went for like 3 months, 3 to 4 months without having ice cream at all because I overdid it. Now, when I feel like treating myself, I'll have a donut and I'll have one donut. And it is the best feeling in the world. Same thing with ice cream. When I have ice cream, I really breathe in. It tastes so good. But if I continuously have it every day and I have too much of it, I don't enjoy it. So, yes, Precious. Too much of anything, even water. We need to have that discussion about water as well. Too much water is not good for you. It's not good for your system. You need to have a moderate amount of water, which is between 2 and 4 liters of water, depending on your activity level. So the more active you are, the more you're gonna sweat, the more water you're gonna want to drink. But if you have yeah, it is very dangerous for your body, Lungi. But if you have like a moderate or low activity level, then 1.5 liters to 2 liters is good to regulate your body. It does, yes. It depends on your weight, your activity level. So, yeah, sometimes when you're getting that advice of drink more water, be careful of just how much you increase. Jared said, hi, pretty, how you doing? I just double tapped from Kenya now. Love you. Thank you. Love you too, Jared. Thank you for joining and for the like. Yeah, and also taking gulps is not good. Apparently, we need to take sips. Yes, precious. And also the temperature of the water. The temperature of the water is important. A lot of people don't think that it is important. For me, I find that when I drink cold water, I do drink cold water here and there, but it doesn't make me feel well. I need 3 liters a day. I've been doing 2 liters. I hope now I can hit my score. That's good. Now I have a piece of cake as a treat. Yes, Alice, as you should. And it tastes better when it is a treat, when you're not having it all the time. Yeah, I love cake. In fact, I made marvel pudding that you saw on the live on Tuesday, and I just finished it yesterday. It was so nice. But after that, I need to take a young break. How do I fix belly fat? Hi, Sharma. So, first of all, you cannot spot reduce fat. You have to reduce like the fat in the whole of your body. And also the most stubborn fat that is in your body is in your belly. And that is because it's a survival mechanism to make sure that you don't starve. But I would advise, I don't know if you walk, but the best exercise for burning fat, just burning fat, is walking. So try and walk for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, increase as you go, right? And also with belly fat, it's mostly what you eat. So try and increase your fruits, your vegetables, and try and reduce your portion sizes as well. If you're having 4 slices of bread, have three. And then after that, reduce to two, reduce to, well, you can stay at two, or reduce to 1 slice of bread. So just continue doing what you're doing right now, but add certain things. Add more vegetables. You'll see that you'll need less carbs, less fat, and everything. And take a walk. Start with walking. More water you drink, better you detoxification of your body. Yeah, but in moderation. In moderation. What flavor, Alice? No, Sky Ranger. I am engaged. I did answer you, Sharma. Sorry, I was taking long to answer you. Cake, yeah. Do you know how I can check how much water their own body needs, Lungi? If you go if you just go online and you put in your weight and your activity level, it will calculate it for you. If I can remember after the live, Precious, I'll give you the website that I use. So yeah, I will give it to you. Google, my love. There will be a calculator that tells you according to your weight. Yes, Lungi. I like very much your advice, but I have a question. How I hold my muscle, journey of fat loss, please help. Walking. So the reason why walking is good for you to also retain your muscle whilst you're losing fat is because you are not going to overextend yourself when you are, like, for example, when you're running. You might lose your muscle while you are running, but when you are walking, you don't lose a lot of muscle. You will lose a lot of fat. You might lose some muscle if you're not eating enough protein and if you're not doing weight training. But don't jog, don't run if you want to preserve your muscles. If you want to do HIIT workouts are very good as well because you're not overextending your body for too long. So take long walks and weight training, and yes, eat more protein. You are welcome. It's only a pleasure, Precious. Today the English bundles are like Dineo, thank you so much for being here fully. We were talking about not needing a specific reason to save. And we spoke about everything in moderation. Whatever it is you're doing, enjoy it, indulge, and have everything in moderation. Thank you so much. Jesus bless you, dear. You have a great soul. Jesus bless you too. Thank you so much, Shama. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so the next point is that flexibility and control over your time is an unseen return of wealth. Remember, we spoke about the freedom that wealth gives you, the freedom that savings give you. So the flexibility of your time. If you have savings, it is going to be easy for you to make certain decisions. So, I have savings for maybe 5 years, and I am thinking of taking on a job that is not going to be too straining on my body, and also that's going to allow me to have time to spend with my family and my kids. So there are two opportunities in front of me for work. One where I work from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and occasionally have overtime. And then the other option is I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Then on Saturday, I work from 8 to 1. I'm giving an example of jobs that I've worked, by the way. 8 to 1. And overtime is almost guaranteed because it's sales and we put the customer first and we can't tell the customer to leave the shop, right? So if I have savings, and if I have investment opportunities and if I have business, then I can choose to take the job that is the 9 to 5. And that gives me the weekend because I want to have a good work life balance. And I know that taking that option is not going to stress me out financially. So, those are some of the simple freedoms that savings give you. They give you the option to choose. They give you more flexibility with your time. They give you more memories that you can make with your loved ones. Hi, Nina. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining again. Good point, Dre. Hey, yes. Sometimes out of desperation, because we don't have anything else to fall back on, we make the worst decisions. Steve says inflation destroys savings. There was a huge inflation actually from 2020. It's stabilizing more now, Steve. And yes, we're talking about saving and investment as well. It's better now, I think, but saving is better than not saving. We are taking baby steps. We're talking about saving. We're going to get into investment. We're going to get into business as well. But since you are here, what investment options can you suggest for us as we are speaking? A little bit is better now. It's better. It is a little bit better now. Jimbo, I'm afraid to answer you, but okay, you can ask the question. I hope it's a respectful question because if it's not, we're gonna put you in a timeout. Mining. Hmm. That's interesting, Steve, because I come from a country where we have a lot of minerals. Investing in mining in my country, it's a little bit tacky, like you said, in terms of inflation, the economy. But where do you come from? Resource capital. How do you come here with that name and ask to see my feet? Not good. Uh, there are only two real professions, mining and farming. You know what, Steve? I like the way you think. I like the way you think because I I've spoken about this with some of my students when we were talking about social psychology and the society, because where oh, Miss Toes really is, you know, I put him in a timeout immediately. So where I come from Zimbabwe. we have a lot of resources. Like I said, we have a lot of minerals. We have diamonds. We have gold. We have copper. We have asbestos. We have lithium. And also, we have a lot of good fertile land. And for some time, everyone wanted to study law and medicine, and they wanted those high-end jobs. So because of that, we have a very high literacy rate in Zimbabwe, and we have a high percentage of graduates in Zimbabwe, and most of them have moved to those corporate jobs, and because of that, we have a high unemployment rate. So, in maybe the past 2 years, people have realized that the money is actually in the mining and in the farming. With the mining, it's a little bit difficult, but the people who have started farming now, they have started supplying shops, they've started supplying people. Most people have gone back into what you're saying, farming, because that is a very good profession. And you will always have something, you always have dividends for that. Hi, Prairie. I think that's how you say your name. Thank you so much for joining. We are speaking about financial education. We are having a discussion about wealth, building wealth, the differences between being rich and being wealthy. We are cultivating the habit of spending so that we can save more and in turn invest more and have financial freedom. The goal, Prairie, is to have financial freedom. Africa is huge. Yes, it is. Sad that Africa has all the treasure, but we are colonized and never gained anything out of it. It is very sad, Lungi. And I think what is more so sad at this point is that we are still living in that place where we are not benefiting from our own resources. We're not benefiting from our own land. Remember, we were talking about ownership. We're having to buy into things that belong to us. And so, yeah. But it's quite interesting that it's not only in Africa, but because of my job, I speak to people all around the world, and in Latin America they have the same problems. In the Caribbean, they have the same problems. Their land is rich, they have a lot of resources, but they're like part of the poorest communities because the base of the job pyramid is collapsing. It is because we are moving, like we moved from agricultural to horticultural society, then we moved into industrialization, now we are moving on to digitalization. But the basics of our economy is that we have to eat. And so farming is always going to be number one, and mining also when you have the resources, like South Africa has the diamonds. Can you say happy birthday, happy birthday, Evie? Thank you so much for joining. I also have to start packing 1 pack of spinach a week to resell because, wow, ladies, it's flourishing. Lungi, I'll give you an example of one person from our village. That's how they started. And in Zimbabwe, we have like a plethora of green veggies, right? We have spinach. We have another one called, don't laugh, but it's called rape. We have another one called kovo. We have pumpkin leaves, of course. So they just started with the land, like their family land in the village, and they started selling to other villagers. That's how they moved up from one place to the other. So yes, Lungi, that is a great idea. Hablas español? No, sorry. But I can say hola and I can say gracias for being here. Lungi, yes, go for it, Lungi. Exactly. Ravana, hi Sing, how are you doing? Thank you for the like. But I asked you not to laugh, Lungi. I asked you not to laugh. Lack of education. Most of what we've all been told worldwide has been destroyed. Rapeseed or canola oil, don't eat that. Not rapeseed, Steve. It is a green leaf vegetable called rape. I don't know if I can show you. Because when I, okay, let me try. It's like spinach. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it. I believe the seeds are called rapeseed. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. Is that what you are describing though? I don't know. But no, we don't change this into an oil. We only eat the plant. Um, let's see. Hi, good morning, my friend. You good? Hi, Winston. I'm good. Thank you for joining and thank you for asking. I'm having a good, relaxed day. So I am good. Okay, precious. Um, Alice is laughing. But every time I ask people not to laugh, they will laugh. I must have my granddad's genes for farming. So those cabbage slaving days were not in vain after all. No, they were not, Lungi. I have learned that. And yesterday, someone asked me something that, do I regret anything I did in my childhood? I don't. And I don't regret anything that has ever happened in my life because it has taught me something that I have used later on in life. So it worked really, really well for you, Lungi. And that's a business opportunity, especially the people that work like with a larger community. Selling eggs, selling scones, especially in winter, selling spinach, for example. You have your market base there because someone was going to go to Woolies or Pick and Pay after work, but you have given them the convenience of not doing that. So it's such a great business idea. Those were installed in Yulungi. Yes, looks like kale. It does. It does look like kale, but it tastes different. Yo, sisters, my cabbage is growing. We love that for you, Lungi. Your garden within and outside is growing. Do you see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? I'm not sure we've been told the truth about colonialism. Say more, Steve, because we have a lot of people in this community that have lived through it. So what is it that you think we were told as a lie? Such a comforting voice. Thank you, Haley. That is such a great compliment. Thank you so much. Kung Fu Kenny. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet and kind. Thank you so much. My garden, Dre. Yes. Your garden, your wholesome garden is growing. Hints at it. Hmm. Okay, so Steve, um, that is like a big discussion that at some point I think that everyone should have, not just the people who went through it, but for example, the younger generations now, like my generation, my parents' generation, obviously, no, because they lived through it. But us as Africans, as Latin Americans, we know the reality of what happened. But when we speak of like the Europeans, the Americans, they only learn what they do in history, right? So I highly recommend a lot of people to learn more about things before they move into, you know, saying what they say about other countries. Hi, Yabo Jam. Hi, Raju. How are you doing? We only know what we've been told. Ain't that the truth? Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely, definitely. I subbed. Thank you, Yabo Jam. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Am I from Nigeria? I'm from Zimbabwe, Raju. I am from Zimbabwe. Um, okay. So the hidden return of flexibility of time is what we are looking for anytime we are talking about savings. Sino is not here, so I feel like she's not going to go live. Um, but hopefully if she is going live, she's gonna come in, or I'll see the notification anyway. Yes, Raju, it is a beautiful country. So we are moving on to reasonable. Exactly, Lungi. Exactly. The Olmec statues are strikingly African in appearance. Yes, Steve. A lot was stolen from our places, and then the history that is taught is completely different. And that is why when when people see how other people live, especially in their countries, they have this idea that people are taking their opportunities, for example, but it stems from somewhere. And if everyone had the compassion to try and understand where people are coming from, yeah, it we would be living in a different place. I feel like what we can preach is love and understanding. And the only way to understand, like Luni said, is to educate yourself, because we can't believe everything that we read, and we can't believe everything that is said, and we can't believe everything that is seen. But you can believe a person's personal experience. You can believe, for example, with my, thank you, Danelle, within my family, right? The time of colonization, my grandmother was was alive, and her mother went through that. So when I was growing up, my grandmother told me firsthand what happened during that time, how she was treated, how her mother was treated, how her father was treated, how her siblings were treated. So that is firsthand um, experience that she can share with me. So it's better if you are compassionate and kind towards people's experiences. So why do I believe what I read? I believe not everything that I read. I believe the things that make sense, because I read a lot of things. I read a lot of things, but I always use my own discernment. Yes, I always use my own discernment of in everything that I do. You'd have to do live here to, yes, you'd have to live here to know it, and also hear stories from the people who lived during that time. Exactly, Lungi. Like with me, my grandmother had firsthand experience, and I was lucky enough that during that time, the time that she was still alive, she was very open to sharing the things that she did with me. And it has helped to shape a lot of decisions in my life, and I appreciate that. Colonialism was 1600 to 1900. No, it wasn't. Not in, well, it was still around during the time that, for example, our independence was in 1980. So it went through to that point. Reading about it in grade 5 is not enough to conclude on such matters. Exactly, exactly. You have to hear firsthand experience and live in the places where the effects of colonialism are still there. They're still there. And we know how it came about. Yes. David, hi David, how are you doing? But we weren't told that Native Americans also kept and purchased African slaves. I heard. No, it wasn't. So true, Lungi. Um, that's another story as well. The story of Native Americans, because it's a big discussion, Steve. It's a big discussion. And you will only understand if you have a lived experience of it. Hi, Travis. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining again. I remember you uh from one of my other live streams. Travis, that is such a good one. Thank you so much. That's a great comic relief. Yeah, that is so smooth, Lungi. So smooth. Thank you so much, Travis. I appreciate that. Um, Steve. Sorry, I don't know what you are saying no to. But yeah, let's move on to reasonable versus rational. Reasonable versus rational. And this is what we were talking about in terms of investment, in terms of studying a business, in terms of saving, even saving. There is reasonable saving, then there's rational saving. Same thing with investment. You have to know which one you are going to choose. Yes, Steve, that is what we are saying. Love. It's not about loving my people. It's not about loving your people. It's about having love and compassion towards everyone, because only then are you going to understand their lived experience. And only then are you going to, you know, be empathetic or sympathetic to their cause in order to have change. Because I believe that once everyone is of the same mindset that, oh, we need to do better for everybody, not just for ourselves. When we want to do better for everybody, this world is actually going to change for the better. But unfortunately, like you said, we still have race versus race discussions, race versus race. Not even just race, but you know, your financial level, your social status, your financial status. So it's very complicated. But imagine if we put love in front of everything and not have these different demarcations. We can all work towards the same goal and everything will be better. Thank you, Lungi. Yeah, very smooth, very smooth. So, reasonable versus rational. And the reason why we speak about this, especially when it comes to psychology, is because rationality is subjective, just like being reasonable is subjective, because we create patterns as we are born. We follow what we have seen, we follow our dreams, like Travis said. We follow our dreams, like Travis said. So maybe our dreams are a role model we've been seeing all of our lives. And there's a certain way that they live. And the way that they're living is showing us that, oh, they have a good life or they have a rich life or something like that. It might not be true, but that is what we are seeing. So it needs a lot of unlearning of the patterns that we know. So we need to first, understand that investing in general is not guaranteed. But when you remember, we said putting your eggs in different baskets, then we will understand that sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. So if you are wrong half the time, you're still going to win. You're still going to make a profit. And I want to read a quotation from, I'll try and remember his name, but it was something interesting that he said. This is from Warner Joreg. And okay, so he said that before he invested in anything, he visualized his grief if the stock market went way up and he was not in it, or if it went way down and he was completely in it. So, in order to minimize future regret, he split his contributions into 50-50. I'll read that again and then I'll explain. He visualized his grief if the stock market went way up and he wasn't in it, or if it went way down and he was completely in it. His intention was to minimize any future regret, so he split his contributions into 50-50 so that he could minimize the future regret. So if we're talking about farming, for example, in Zimbabwe, like I said, we have a lot of fertile land. And we know the kind of conditions that have to be there for us to get a good harvest of a certain crop. So, for example, if you're going to be planting rice, then you have to have very wet lands. But if you don't have wetlands, you have to have irrigation. If it's maize, which is one of our cash crops, we know that as long as we have rain in that year, we are going to be able to have a good harvest of maize. The same thing with, okay, Sino, I was looking for you. All right, thank you. So if we are looking at beans, for example, or sweet potatoes, those ones do well whether you have a lot of water or not. So if we go by that logic of you are prepared for the worst and you're prepared for the best, in your land of I don't know how many hectares, you are going to split. We're going to have half of maize, half of beans, half of maize or half of sweet potatoes. And because of that, whether we have low rain, whether we have good weather, we are going to have a good harvest and we're going to have something that's going to provide for us up until the next year. So even when you are investing, that's why people usually, if you're investing in stock, people usually invest in a group of companies and not just one company because you're never sure how things are going to go. So let me catch up on the comments. The cobalt mines running currently is the best example. Millions of Africans. Yes, Steve, and it's very sad because they only get a fraction of that. If they even get anything, they get a fraction of the riches that are going to other people. Travis said, in the immortal words of the clergyman from The Princess Bride in his speech about marriage, love, true love, will follow you forever. So it's no surprise that scripture has a lot to say about the powerful concept. Yes, Travis. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that. Love, true love, will follow you forever. When I was a child, I spoke like a child, but when you gain a certain level of maturity, you understand that love is really the answer. It's the answer to everything, actually. Thank you so much for sharing that, Travis. Okay, Sino, thank you. Noted. And learning is not easy. Okay. Dineo, that is a question for you. Hi, Peace. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for the love. Yes. And learning is never easy, Dineo. It's never easy. There's no excuse. Save the children, unify Africa. Steve. You see, the thing with love is that it's going to bring in unity. But as people, we are taught that we are each other's competition. And I'll give you an example about content creation because I am in content creation and I've seen this a lot. I made a video about it with some of my friends a very long time ago, and I am seeing the results of it right now. When you are in a certain community and everyone who is in that community has a different business. So, maybe I sell eggs, Lungi sells spinach, Dineo provides the beauty, Mushle is giving us the fragrances and the bags, um, Joanna is preparing meal prep for us. We have 6 people in that particular community, and if we support each and every person in that community, the money is going to be circulating amongst us. So all of us are going to be uplifted. But if we believe that other people and other big shops and other big organizations are going to have better quality products, better quality service than the people within that community, we are always going to be struggling. And that comes from maturity, it comes from love, and it comes from understanding. So, yes, if we unified Africa with all the resources that we have throughout Africa, we have, like we said, the minerals, we have good land, we have oil, we have the cobalt mining that you're talking about. If we concentrate on sharing these resources and supporting each other, which is how we used to be, by the way, we used to have a lot of barter trade between ourselves, we would have been in a better position. But we have been taught to be selfish, to only think about ourselves, and to only want to have a harvest for ourselves. And that's why. That's why we are seeing a lot of these things happening. Lungi, it looks like I won't be able to. I might be having a client. Okay, Dineo. So Mutle, if you want to go okay, maybe you can go like at 4 and Lungi will be back from swimming class. Hey, how was heaven when you left it? Thank you, Travis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so sweet. Hey, sweetheart, I wanted to say hi. And Jesus loves you, so do I. I hope the best for you in your journey through life. And if there's anything you want me to pray for you about, thank you, Snaps on Petro. Thank you so much for joining again, just for a peaceful and prosperous life. Thank you very much. Hi, Tatiana. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. How have you been? How have you been, my friend? Let me tell you the good news. I don't know if you noticed, but we now have a dollar sign. We now have a dollar sign on the channel. So, all those years you have been supporting me, it has come to this. We are partially monetized on YouTube. Ba, 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 ba. Guys, Tatiana has been there, I want to say, from the start. From the start. So, I am just sharing the good news with her, guys. Hard work pays off. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to see you. Hi, Montaz. Thank you for the roses. Hi, Tyler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Thank you, Tyler. Thank you so much. Okay, D. All the best with Loom Swimming. Thanks, sis. I might go When I go for a walk later, then I'll go live. Ooh, we would love that, Dineo. We just want calming things today, peaceful things today. So that would be lovely to watch. And Lungi, we can't wait to see it in the movie next week. We will have our popcorn ready. Um, so true, Dre. I think you're referring to what I was saying about the community thing. Yes, I think if a lot of people thought of it in that way, we would do better. We would really do better. But as for now, I guess we have to um, try and, yeah, we just have to try and do better with the people that are around us. Okay. So I think we are done with the topic. Let me just see if I left out anything. No, 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 no. We are done with the topic. So we are just going to chill here and catch up if you want to catch up, or if you need to go and do something, then yes, we can say goodbye because I am done with the topic, and yeah, it's time to relax and rest. Who else is going live today? So Dineo might not go live until later on. Sino might go live at 4. Mohadi will go later. Is anyone dropping anything today? Guys, I have a question. Yes, I have an ask. Please help me. Help me, help me, help me. Because once I get to 4K, I am going to concentrate more on the vlogs. Like, I'm going to be pushing the vlogs and the content. So for now, I am trying to have a good schedule for, I'm gonna try and do, if I can, 2 videos a week. I'll start to flex that muscle maybe from next week or maybe this week. I don't know. But what is the best time for you guys for me to post? Because Sunday at 7 for you guys was working, because my analytics told me that from 7, 8, and 9, people are online on Sunday. But I also realized that people are taking a break over the weekend, and also Monday is flooded. I'm seeing that Thursday seems calm, and Wednesday also seems a little bit calm. So I'm thinking, would it be a good decision for me to change from Sunday evening? Like, it's always going to be evening, but you'll use the 10 a.m. slot going forward, right? Ah, okay. So, like, I will start using maybe Wednesday. Okay, Lungi. So since I'm not going live, I'll do the. That's such a great idea. Thank you, Lungi. That's such a great idea. Thank you so much. That's such a great idea. Thank you. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, because people are used to me being live. That's a nice one. Okay. For vlogs, because people will search for you during that time. All right, Lungi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So after we hit the 4K, guys, we are going to be moving the vlogs to Wednesday and maybe Wednesday and I don't know which other day. But yeah, one other day if I can do two videos in a week. I've been good, love. I've all good. The channel has grown so much, Mama. I'm happy for you, my love. Thank you so much. Yes, it has. It has. And when I see people like you who have been there from back a day, I'm so happy to share the news because, do you remember when we were still doing Road to 100, Road to 200? Now we're doing road to 1.7K. In fact, let me not even put this point 0.7. We're doing road to 2K and road to 4K hours. All right, Lungi, thank you so much. I am going to definitely do that going forward once we hit the 4K. And also, I'm going to try and flex that movie muscle as well, because the more time we are on, the more ads we get. So I'm going to try and do the movie thing with you, Lungi. Um, hi. I'm trying to, okay. I don't know how to refer to you. I'll just say Indian. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. So, yes, before we hit 4K, I'm just going to stick to 7:30 on Sundays. And then, yeah, 7 or 7:30 on Sundays. And then moving forward, we'll do the morning months. Thank you, Lungstar. Thank you so much. I don't know also how I'm going to move the live people to the vlogs. I'm sure that's going to be very difficult. But yes. Movies, yes, Alice. We need to try and get the movies. Alice, we need to flex that muscle. Or maybe I should do 30 minutes now. Okay, okay, Dineo, please do. I will just round up, and then yeah, because we don't have we don't have much to talk about. I was just, moving the time. So D, yes, I will leave in 4 minutes, so we get to the 75-minute mark, and then we will join you. 30 minutes, what, vlogs or live? No, she meant that she wants to go live now. She wants to go live now for 30 minutes. Movies. Yes, Alice. Yes. Please let us try and push to 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. I'm only saying that now because I'm here on this live. When I start editing, my videos get so short and I feel like crying, but we will try and do better. 91 votes. Thank you guys for being here. Also, guys, please, from wherever you are, right? If ever you have an inclination that I don't want to go live for the first for this month until the end of September, until I tell you that I've reached 4K. If you ever have an inclination that I don't want to go live, please come and drag me by my ear like this. Like please try and drag me by my ear, because this very morning, I didn't want to go live. I was tired. I just wanted to go for a swim. And then I said, okay, let me just go and do a stretch. Yesterday, when I decided to go live, I got 6 hours from that live. Today, when I didn't want to go live, 11 hours. From 40 minutes, 11 hours. And I said, imagine if I hadn't gone live. So please come and drag me by my ear. Audrey, it's time for the live. Aren't you? Travis, you almost had me in the first half. I'll try and do better, Travis. Let me cool it down, right? Let me cool it down. Yes, Alice, please come and drag me and say, Audrey, it's time for your life. Whether I get an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, it's still contributing to that 4K, because the journey is long. And once we get there, the movies are coming. Lungi said that I can't do movies, Claire. I get tired. With me, I feel like I don't know how much content I have until I start editing. Then I see that, oh, it was only a minute. Oh, it was only 30 seconds. But I know that I've recorded over time. So I think, oh, I'm going to have a long vlog. And it's never that. When I start editing, my videos get longer. I want your problem, Lungi. That problem is the one that I want, because mine is the opposite. I feel like I have so much footage and then my vlogs are shorter. But yes, I'll drag you if you allow me. Please, Travis, please come and drag me because I need the hours. I'm working towards that 4K. I need another milestone celebration so we can move on to other things. I want to be like Clantis, guys. I want to be telling you that I'm on my 5th monetized channel. So whatever decision I make from that is out of flexibility. Remember, multiple multiple streams of income. So this has to be one of it. All right, guys. So Dineo is going live. Let us go and join Dineo Le Sitole. Please send in your goodbyes, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow morning. Please send in your goodbyes. I'm not going to leave you here. 12 people. I can't leave you here. So if 4 people drop off, I'm leaving. But please send in your goodbyes. Hi, Henry. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm deployed now, so it seems a little mission impossible. Oh, thank you for your service, Travis. Thank you so much for your service and thank you for being here. But when you get back, if I still haven't reached the 4K, please. Please. It's still 12 people, guys. Don't you want to go? Bye, everyone. D, I'm going to miss the live. I'm a bit busy. All right, Alice. Okay, cool. Henry, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, please say goodbye and drop off. I promise there is no giveaway. I promise. Just joined. Of course. Of course. Hi, Sichaba. Is that how you say the name? Sichaba? Morwaswi. I know it's Chaba because one of the ladies here has a beautiful Sichaba. Alice, why are you laughing? Because I want to leave and people are joining. Yes. I will not, Travis. I will not. Because you're such a nice person. All right, guys, I'm leaving. Let's go to Dineo Lea Sitole. Bye.